Hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about tomatoes. So this is part 2 of what are we planting, and we'll be talking about tomatoes. Since we are planting 25 different varieties of tomatoes this year, I'm going to tell you what they are, but some of the seed packs that do not have pictures, I will put them at the end of this video in a quick picture form with the name of the tomato on it so you can see visually what they look like. I think that'll help the video go a little bit smoother and a little bit more quick for people who are super busy but just trying to tune in. So, without further ado, we'll go ahead and start with this one because when you can't pronounce something, get it out of the way first. Let's play the Will It Show You. Crazy name there. So these are most commonly used, I got these from Baker Creek. These are most commonly used for the sun-dried tomatoes. They're great for that. They have a dry skin. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Having lighting issues. Fixed it. Anywho, these were great so that I could process these down, and we really like the sun-dried tomatoes. We also really like to make them, grind them down, and use them for spice. It's delicious. So these are from Baker Creek. I'm not sure if they're still in stock, but they're definitely one to add to the collection. Now, as far as some of the huge, tomatoes that can get 2-3 pounds, that's what we're going to talk about next. So we have quite a bit of them here. We have 6. All of these are the large tomatoes. So up first, we have and this is from Totally Tomatoes. A lot of these packets that I have are from Totally Tomatoes. I just recently learned about this site from watching Living Traditions Homestead. They mentioned this. Previously, I'd used various other seed companies. However, I just was unaware of them. So when I discovered them, they had a lot of the stuff that I had been looking for but didn't know where to get. And so I was pretty excited about that. So this is the free seed that they sent, and it is the Tasty Pink Beefsteak. And it does give you a little bit of information on these, and it says that they can weigh up to 3 pounds. They're super vigorous with heavy yields, and they are indeterminate. So I'm very excited to try that. I thought that was pretty cool that they created a free seed that was that spectacular, in my opinion. Some of the free seeds I got, I was excited about, but I did get a lot of kales, lettuces, so it was nice to get the tomato as something else. Next up, we have the Kentucky Beefsteak. We did not do yellow tomatoes last year except for the yellow pear, which I will show you, but I'm very excited to do these. These also come from Baker Creek, and I have a lot of yellow tomatoes this year. Last year we did reds, pinks, those kind of things. This year we did dabble into the multicolor, the yellow, the blacks, things like that. Family has grown quite a few. We've been around them, but for us personally, we've always stuck with a lot of the traditional reds and pinks and haven't tried any like tie-dye or things like that nature. So we did go ahead and grab some of those this year to add to the arsenal of tomatoes that we will be doing. Next up, the Brandywine, also from Baker Creek. If you can't tell, I love Baker Creek. They're also in Missouri, and right now they're closed down to actually go to experience them if you were to come because of COVID, but normally they have quite a bit of activities there, and then all the seats and stuff on site. So hopefully they will be able to open up again sometime in the future. We will see, but they have wonderful, wonderful rare varieties, and they are able to ship internationally. Okay, brief intermission. Ignore this light in the background because unfortunately the light for the camera went down. Moving on. We have the Berkeley Tie Dye Green. Oh, there I can cover it. That's great. This is, you can see how it is, that's where we're getting the tie-dye. Very cool. This was one of the ones that Braxton picked out when we decided we were going to expand our tomato growing. We experiment way more with peppers, melons, and we love tomatoes, so that was the obvious choice to expand into. A lot of these tomatoes we did grow last year, but I will point out the ones that are new to us. This is the mortgage lifter. These, they call them that because of the man who was creating this and paid off his mortgage. They have a little story about that on Baker Creek, so that's very cool to check out and read. This one, if I'm thinking of it right, this is the 1 pound and a heavy producer. Then we have another yellow. I've heard this name pronounced 3, 7, 8 different times, so I won't even try to butcher it on camera. But there you have it. Also Baker Creek. So we're pretty excited to have so many prolific large tomatoes, especially with just eating so many sliced fresh for everything. That's like our summer meal basically. And then we put up a lot of things for pastes and for sauces and for ketchups and this, that, and the other. So we have a lot of paste tomatoes as well, lots of different ones. So all of our tomatoes serve their own purpose. And again, like I said in yesterday's video, we do sell all the excess, and that also goes to family. And there is quite a bit of us who will be eating directly from my garden as our family. I saved these two of the giants for last because they are in the unmarked, and then that way we can put special emphasis. These two will be at the end of the video so that you can see a picture. This one is the Chef's Choice Yellow Hybrid, and these are beefsteak. And then this one is the Dixie Golden Giant, and both of these are the large yellow. So I will put these at the end with their appropriate names so you can get a visual on those. These are particularly special. The Brad's Atomic Grape. This is the single seed, if you remember a couple videos back, that I planted to start the 2021 single seed challenge. This was from Scott Head's video here on YouTube. He did it last year. It worked out great, and he's running it again. If you're not familiar, go check that channel out. So this is the seed that I am going to be monitoring from planting all the way through harvest on the single seed. This is what I chose. Very excited about these. Again, I'm always very excited. And I did plant much more of these, but on the one cell I just did one seed, and that's the one that I'm going to be following along with. When Braxton saw the catalog, these were a must-have when we decided to branch out. So we hope that they do really well. We have a ton of great reviews from these, and some family members grew these and did excellent last year. So we're hoping for a similar result. The yellow pear is what we got free previously from Baker Creek, and they did really, really well, and we hope they'll do just as well. Some people had such good luck with them that it was beyond anything they could even consume or eat. I was reading the back of these because I am organizing and preparing all my different dates, which that'll be for another time in another video, but I was preparing all my dates on when I'm going to do what. So I go through and I read all the backs and I organize, and I was seeing that this was Grape Fresh Orford tomato preserves. We just did these fresh, so I probably will do some preserves with these if we have another great harvest. You can't keep these around. These sweeties last year, I couldn't even keep them in. A lot of these actually I made into cherry tomato sauce, but my son, every time he walked by, he was just picking them off. So it was short-lived that they were around. This, I will add, this is again pictureless from Totally Tomatoes, but it's packed with information. So I will be putting a picture of this on the end. This is the Black Plum. And this is an indeterminate, and it's a small deep brown. It's 80 days to maturity. I will put this picture at the end with the others. As for the paste tomatoes, I didn't go wild. We've had standard Amish paste, did awesome, used it up a ton. Roma, used it up a ton, loved it. Even the basic 4 for $1 seeds did amazing, and actually did a little bit better than some of the other ones I got from other seed companies. So we are going to go ahead and use up some of those seeds here as well. The outside of the standard paste tomatoes that we have used, time and time again that have been great, we added these two this year. Again, I put these at the end so that I can pop a picture of them. This one is the Sunrise Sauce Hybrid. It is orange, it is a determinate, and it's for making sauce. So we go through a ton of sauce. I can't even put into words how much sauce we go through. So we wanted to definitely try something new. And then this is the Chili Verde, the green paste indeterminate. So excited to try that one as well. Those are the two that we added to that. We just kept it very simple. Why change a good thing as far as making all of our sauces. Last but not least, we have our miscellaneous. I will add pictures for these first three. This is a striped German tomato from Mary's. If you remember from yesterday's video, I got a lot of seeds from Mary's. Beautiful, clean packaging, but no pictures. We have a Bella Rosa from Totally Tomatoes, and that's red, determinate, and I'll put that at the end. And then the red Homestead tomato, and I will put a picture of that at the end as well. So that's what we are growing this year. What are you growing? How many varieties do you do? A lot of the ladies that I speak with and have been talking to for quite some time with gardening and sharing things back and forth, I only have 25 varieties, and I think that is plenty. I say that, but I'm sure I'll grow, as time goes, because why not? But we always seem to add a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. Quantities of whatever we plant, is pretty standard and even, but doing more different kinds of things is kind of what we were trying, and getting other things, trying to push some things we didn't care for out. Speaking of things that we didn't care for, I missed a few. I would say not a favorite. We tried this. I even have it marked. These are the Bonnie's Best. The ones we got, they were good. But it was problem after problem after problem, even from just starting the seeds that we had problems. We didn't have problems and haven't had problems with any except for this. It was very, very, very difficult. And so this year we are going to use the rest of the seeds we have, see what we can do. If they take, that would be amazing. We're going to try some new things. If they don't, it's going to be a dud in our book. And we're just going to be done with that. Dad's sunset. This was great. So excited to do this again. We just have a regular beefsteak. Grew those last year. Excited to do them again. They are red. And then this was a free seed this year from Baker Creek. It is the white tomato. And these are supposed to be great fragrance, creamy, smooth, half-pound fruits with excellent yields. This was a free seed, and I have no experience with this one in particular, so we'll be learning together. I think I'm going to do some documenting on this seed with the Brad's Atomic to see how they grow and learn a little bit more about them, because I didn't have too many growers that I spoke with. It was a little bit mixed, so I'm pretty excited to see about that. Okay, that's really all of them. That was it. I found them all. Anywho, thanks for stopping by to discuss the tomatoes. How will we be growing these? Well, we have some of these that are labeled as good container bush style determinants. So we will be doing that in the 5-gallon buckets like we did last year. And then the other ones we will have trellised up via cattle panels and some string line. I think I want to try them both before. We had some in cages and we had some on trellises last year. We're going to do away with the cages this year, I think, and try to do other things. So we'll see how it goes. Year after year, the cages are just kind of in my opinion. So hopefully the other ideas will just keep being well. They've done great before, and so I said, there's no point in even having the headache of the cages, because I kept having some falling over, crush issues, and I really liked excuse me, the cattle panel way. I know a lot of people do string them up, and that's why we haven't strung them up. We've always just done a secure trellis on them, and so that's why we're going to just go ahead and try that this year. They'll grow until they can't grow anymore. So we just want to keep them super healthy, create good airflow, and get them up definitely vertically and see what we can do. Be sure to join me tomorrow where we can talk about cucumbers, and I said I would pair that with our grains, so we will go over that tomorrow. Both of the cucumbers are very cool because I had some cool varieties, but I don't have I have quite a few, but I don't have as many grains, and so it'll work out to pair those up together. Again, for those of you wondering, all these things will be spread out between the various gardens on the property, so there will not be just 175 tomato plants all together. We are going to have a substantial amount of tomato plants, and so they will be spread out everywhere. We will be on full-time tomato duty here before we know it, so I'm very excited to get going on that, and just hopefully we have another great year for tomatoes. I would say that's probably one of the number one things that we use a lot. We use a lot of tomato-based products. And don't forget, I got cut off there for a minute, but don't forget to put what kinds you're growing or how many varieties you're growing in the comments. I would love to know if you have any cool varieties that I didn't mention. I would love to hear about them, because everybody by now should know that I like to experiment. So you guys have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.